Welcome to Senior Here, where you come for all your media needs. My name is Ray.
It's your boy Nikki Tate.
And today, we are reviewing Ocean's 8.
It's women stealing stuff. Directed by Gary Ross, starring Sandra Bullock, Cate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, Mindy Kaling, Sarah Paulson, Awkwafina, Rihanna, and Helena Bonham Carter. So, Ocean's 8. It's not a prequel. This is a spin-off.
Yes, it is.
To the Ocean's trilogy. Sandra Bullock is now starring Debbie Ocean, the sister of Danny Ocean, who is George Clooney's character in the original Ocean's trilogy, the remake of the Ocean's trilogy. The story is pretty simple. You have Debbie Ocean. Again, she is an ocean, so what is she doing in this film?
Stealing.
Why do you need to do this?
Because it's what I'm good at.
Easy, right off the bat. The Ocean family, that's all they do. But Ocean 8 failed to steal the one thing that was most important. My heart. Because this movie failed for me to have the same kind of charisma and overall enjoyment, at least as the first two Oceans, Ocean 11 and Ocean 12. Ocean 13, maybe. You could tell they were, kind of running dry on fumes, but Ocean 8 doesn't give me the same feeling I had watching the original Ocean's 11. Not original, it's the remake. You got to remember, it's Frank Sinatra Ocean, and then it's George Clooney Ocean. So we got to be careful when we say original.
Yeah, I feel like this film has a lot of chemistry. I think the chemistry from the women were amazing. And this movie did a lot better than the previous all-women remakes of movies.
Ghostbusters.
To be more specific than anything else. So this movie was a big step up from that particular movie. But, like Nikki Tate said, this movie to me failed to really give me the Ocean's experience as far as the heist is concerned. Now the cast is amazing. They got that one part right. Because in the Ocean's franchise, we are used to a star-studded cast that deliver us great dialogue and have great chemistry. And those women executed that well.
I agree. I felt like every member of this women team had a valuable role to play. I think everyone was able to use their skills clearly. There wasn't one fish bigger than the other. Everyone played their equal part in getting the item that they needed to procure. Now, for me, the biggest struggle in that is I just felt like the stakes weren't high enough. I mean, in the original Oceans, again, original, I'm talking the previous trilogy, George Clooney, we got to see them rob a casino, which by itself sounds very difficult. Yeah. It sounds very difficult. And in Ocean's 8, they're stealing a necklace at the Met Gala. And yes, I mean the Met Gala, in which we see celebrities share Instagram selfies of the craziest outfits they could possibly wear.
And I think that's where this movie did, in my personal opinion, have a bright spot. I like to see the Met Gala or the Met Gala, however you perform. I don't know. I'm not ever going. But I like to see that setting. I like to see them kind of take a more modern approach to the Ocean's franchise. They kind of open it up to something that, we see all the time and women deal with as well. Like, women love the Met Gala, I'm assuming, because it's such a big thing. So maybe that's why they filmed it here, and I like that part of the movie. I love the setting. The setting was amazing. But like Nikki Tate said, the heist, they're stealing the necklace. Yeah, it's an expensive necklace, but it just doesn't come close to making it feel as impossible as robbing a casino does. And like I said earlier, that's where I think they really dropped the ball at. I think the heist wasn't big enough. The stakes wasn't big enough. And that's where this movie failed at. No suspense. The suspense wasn't there. I felt like they were going to succeed.
Right off the bat.
I felt like they were going to succeed. There wasn't really too many pitholes or traps that they really had to deal with or overcome. And that's where the other Ocean's movies really step it up at. You kind of feel like, is he really going to get this? Are they going to really pull it off? And in this movie, you knew they were.
Pay my bills.
Now, another big hole for the Ocean's 8 film for me is the comedy. I mean, I did not have one quotable line to give you for the intro. I mean, that right there is a problem. This is a comedy movie. I should at least have one scene in this film where I can say, "Oh man,
Yeah.
that one."
I can't wait to
I
see
can
it.
feel my six-pack setting in over there. Like, I had none of those moments. It was a few chuckles, you know. They made some jokes. I mean, it wasn't any misses with jokes. There just wasn't a lot of jokes.
Or any makes with jokes, like you said, because there wasn't really.
I don't remember laughing as much. And again, this is a comedy heist movie, and the two things that they seem to not deliver fully on is comedy and exciting heist.
Yep, I agree. Now, we're not bashing this movie or nothing like that, because the movie was enjoyable. It was definitely enjoyable. But when you got that Ocean's name, at the beginning, when you underneath that umbrella of that franchise, we just expect a certain amount of brilliance, okay? And that's what this movie did not have. I love the acting. The acting was phenomenal. Every person in this movie put their foot in it. They all did a great job. Ladies, good job.
Great job, ladies.
And I appreciate that. I do appreciate great acting. I appreciate it. It's well appreciated. But I think the script it didn't live up to what the ladies brought on the big screen.
I agree. You have this roster of women, this talent. You got to do more. And I'm not asking, for a Fast and Furious movie. I'm not asking for something that's super exciting and over the top, but just give me something where, like you said, that is almost suspenseful, where I feel like, they might not make it.
Yeah.
They might not get to Rob. They might not get this money. And as you said, it was from the very beginning. I said, yeah, I kind of know that they're going to succeed. This is going to be a cakewalk. And that's what we watched. It was 2 hours of a cakewalk. And that doesn't make for something I ever want to pick back up and watch again. In closing, personally, again, this was a solid movie. This movie isn't bad. This movie isn't great. It's just one of those movies you see and then you catalog in the back of your mind where, this math you learned in 6th grade goes. I would give this movie just a flat 7. I mean, they did a lot of things well. Just needed more comedy. And like I said, you could have turned up the dial on suspense. But overall, not a movie I wouldn't tell anybody not to see. 2018 is the year of women, and this movie delivered women. So, there's the bar.
This is the year of women. This is the year of women. And I love it. I love to see all these beautiful women on a big screen showing the guys that we can handle movies too.
Call me Ree.
Call me first. But this movie is not a good showcase, in my personal opinion, of how good a movie can be with an all-women's cast. I have such big expectations seeing the cast and knowing what the Ocean franchise does. And this movie let me down. So I will have to leave this movie off, just like Nikki Tay-Tay, unfortunately, with a 7.
Damn, unfortunately.
Yes, because I really wanted this movie to be a lot better than what it was. And that's why I gave it the 7, because it really did not live up to the expectations that I had because of the lack of suspense. One of the biggest things you need in a heist movie. Also, the heist itself, the 2 biggest things they did not deliver on. And those are the reasons why I gave this movie a 7.
That completes the review of Ocean's 8. Unfortunately, this film failed to tread water. I mean, what do? Do you make an Ocean's 9, which apparently may be in the works if the film does well, and then after that you do an Ocean's 10, and then it theoretically leads into Ocean's 11, which isn't a prequel again, it happened before. It's all very confusing. This timeline is going to be confused and screwed up. But as always, tell us how you like the movie if you did see it. Again, Year of Women. I know a lot of women will probably go and see this. Seeing Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, them two get back out there. Rihanna, Awkwafina. Not a lot of people know who Awkwafina is, but Awkwafina is a very funny girl. This movie has a lot of star power. It'd be great that people go out and support it, and in turn, comment and let us know how you feel about the movie. Make sure you also like the video and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with all of our reviewing content. And if you hit the notification bell, it automatically subscribes you too, so it's kind of a twofer for us. As always, don't forget, you've seen it here.